Hi everyone, it's Danny here from Angel Handmade Papercraft. Today I am making a teacher card. I'm using two separate stamp sets. I'm using the Avery, Elle Little Minds, and I'm also using Your Next Stamp, Get Your Fiction On. So I'm stamping the images out using some Express-It blending card and some Memento Tuxedo Black, and I'm using my Misty stamping tool. So I wasn't overly happy with the way that this second stamp was stamping out. I didn't like all those black blotches all over it, so I actually didn't end up using it after all of this. So I left all of this on here anyway so that you guys can see why the way that I work and that sort of thing. So I'm just cleaning off those stamps, stamping out some of the sentiments as well, which I also didn't end up using, but I did end up using the pencils that I have stamped out. Cleaning them all up. Stamping out some more pencils because I knew I wanted to use a couple of them on my card, and then I'm using the dies and I'm going to run those through my Sizzix Big Shot. I'm just using some wire snips to cut all of those dies as I had not used the dies before, and I'm just taping them down and then I'll run them through my Sizzix Big Shot. Some of the images I did stamp a little close together, but I didn't end up using those ones anyway, so it didn't matter. I am using these apples, which are absolutely gorgeous, and I'm going to colour them up using Copic markers. So I'm starting off using my red markers, so I'm using R05, R35 and R37. Just adding in all of the dark sections to my apple, and then I'll go back and blend it all out. And then for the green areas, I'm using YG05 and G07. Just finishing up the blending there. I did only use one of these on my card, but I will be making another card later. Adding in all of the green areas now. When I'm planning on making a few cards, I try to do all of the same color at the same time. Here I am just adding some white detail in using my Uniball white gel pen, and that's the broad. And now I'm going in and coloring all of these pencils. I will have all of the Copic markers listed on my blog, and there will be a link to my blog and a link to the products below the video, so I'd love for you to use those links if you're looking at purchasing. Some of them are affiliate links, which means that I do get a very small kickback from you guys using my links. So I'm just working my way through getting all of these colored up. Just about done, and then we're going to start making the card. I just realized that I had one pushed at the top of my desk that I missed when I was doing my coloring, so I'm going in and coloring that one up as well. Okay, so that's all the coloring done. Now I'm using a Kucha Creations card base. I'm using the Teacher Word die from Simon Says Stamp. There's actually two of them in the same package. I was playing with one and then decided to use the other. Here, this paper I just stamped out is from CC Designs. It's the notebook paper background. It's an old retired stamp set, but I was able to find a couple of listings for it. The edge that I've die cut is the My Favorite Things notebook edge. Unfortunately, that one is retired and I cannot find it to be able to purchase it anywhere. So I do apologize, but there is many punches and things like that that you can use to create that same look. This little guy is from the Your Next Stamp, Get Your Fiction On. I did start colouring a few extras up the other day when I was making another card, so that's why this guy was already partially coloured. But I've got all of those markers listed. Again, adding in some details, using my gel pen, and then I'm just using my Cutter Bee scissors to fussy cut the image out because I don't own the dies. And I cut some extra of these Teacher Word dies out, and I'm just layering them up using my American Tomo Mono Multi. You can use any liquid adhesive or you can run it through a sticker maker if you have one. For me, this was sitting on my desk, so it was the easiest thing for me to do. And then we're going to layer the black one over the top, just slightly off so I can see a little tiny bit of the white shadow. Now I'm going to add everything down to that paper that I have created just using that same liquid adhesive. Didn't want a lot of pop-up on this card. I did want it to be nice and flat. So that's my card done. I thank you all for watching and I hope to see you all soon. Bye.